Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. For today's video, we are closing out the month. It is my monthly favorites and flops video. We're also going to be throwing a couple new BOXYCHARM spoilers in there. Now, I'm not doing a full BOXYCHARM spoiler video. I'm just going to do the current new spoilers because like 3 weeks ago I put out a spoiler and not much more has come out. So if you want to see all of those Boxy spoilers, I'm going to link a video right up here. And if you want to see the new spoilers, watch this one first and then go check out that video. And when we're done with some spoilers, we're going to jump into the products I have been loving and some that didn't really work out for me too well in the month of January. So if that's something you're into, make sure to keep on watching and don't forget to subscribe. I upload every other day, not every single day. I keep wanting to say that. I upload every other day, and that'll be the best way to stay up to date on all the fun stuff I am posting. So if you want to jump into some BOXYCHARM spoilers, maybe a BOXYLUXE spoiler, as well as all of the products I've been loving, make sure to stay tuned. All right, we're going to start on Luxe spoiler for March. This was confirmed by my subscription addiction. It was also teased in an Instagram story from Joe himself, but the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Soft Matte Foundation will be in the March BOXYLUXE box. I believe that this is going to be a choice item because, again, or like a pick your shade item because it's complexion. It's kind of specific to everybody. I am wearing it today in the shade 200, and I'm actually really happy. I do love this foundation. It's one I've been using for years. I got this when it launched like 3 years ago. Not this exact bottle, obviously, but it is an amazing foundation. If you have drier skin, I do recommend making sure to deeply hydrate your skin before you do use it, but if you're more on the oily side, set it with a powder and it will lock in for days. The only shine I have right now is from the highlighter I'm wearing today. Everything else is nice and matte. My chin and my forehead normally get oily, but honestly, this is not grease. That is just shine from all the highlighter that I bathed in today. Next, I did see a video that Glam with Suzanne posted. I think she posted it yesterday. I'm not too sure. I'll double check. But she went through a bunch of products from a secret survey that she speculates is in the BOXYCHARM base box for February. Now, none of those are confirmed, so take everything in that video with a grain of salt, because again, not super sure, and she even said that in her video. Might be coming, it might not be, but I did want to take the time to go a little bit deeper into one of the products because she didn't really talk too much about it, but it is the Double Date Lip and Cheek Duo from Wander Beauty. So this product itself is a dual. It is a blush and lip color that is in both a color as well as a clear. Sometimes you want a clear lip balm and sometimes you want one with a little bit of extra color to it. Super soft, super beautiful. It wears really beautifully. I have used this many times. I have reviewed this. I like the product. I don't love the product, but you know cream blushes aren't always my thing, and I'm very specific about the cream blushes I use. However, I do love Wander Beauty because their products are super, I love this compact, super easy to travel with. Not that any of us are traveling, but it's really easy to throw in your bag and apply a lip balm, especially. We're all wearing masks. We're all super dry on our lips right now. Even my lips are cracking. This is beautiful for that. Now, the formulas on the two I have found to be pretty much identical. So you can use this as like a cheek gloss as well, just to add a little extra glow and shine without adding like sparkle. And then, of course, if you want that monochromatic lip moment, where you can have the lip and the blush match a little bit more. Now, like I said, there aren't too many spoilers that haven't already been released, so do go check out the video I linked up above. If you click that little eye in the corner at any point, it will take you to the list of videos that I have recommended, and that will be in there, and on to favorites. Now, the first favorite also comes from BOXYCHARM. Just going to get it out of the way now because you guys know I love it. It is the Good To Go palette from Ofra. This palette is stunning. I have used this now in 3 or 4 videos. I love this palette. I love the Ofra formula, and I have said that many times. Their highlighters are to die for. Their eyeshadows are beautiful. And you guys know I love a pop of color, so having a palette with that minty green shade is just stunning and definitely a vibe that I am about. Formula is beautiful. Because I've reviewed this and demoed it and tutorialed it and spoken about it, I'm going to kind of skip over it for now because you know I love it and I don't want to beat a dead horse. I did a review this month of some AVON products, and the two that stood out to me the most were actually the two I expected to hate, and they were the Colors of Love Cushion Bronzer and Cushion Blush. Now, just based on these colors, I expected them to be way too dark. I expected them to be super intimidating, and honestly, they were nice and sheer, and they built up beautifully. Now, I did film a video that's going to be going up, or that went up already, with a full face of Fenty, so obviously I'm not wearing either of these today, because you guys will have already seen that video as that went up 2 days ago. But these are beautiful, and like they now live right in front of me because it's such a beautiful, like everyday wash of color. Take a little bit of that with a tinted moisturizer and you are good to go. You don't need much more than that. I know right now AVON is one of those brands that like reminds you of your grandma, and it's not one that a lot of people love. But in that video, I did get a lot of feedback of people who really do enjoy the AVON makeup. This is the first products I have tried. I mean, I tried the foundation in that video, I tried the concealer, but the two products that stood out the most to me were the bronzer and blush. Now, I do want to give honorable mention to the Cashmere Complexion Foundation, just because I do love this doe foot style applicator. But based on the coverage and how it wore, for the price, if you want that applicator, get the Makeup Revolution one. It is definitely basically identical, right on down to the formula and the applicator. And I love the applicator. So when I finish this one, I'm going to go back to the Makeup Revolution one. But just for those of you interested, this one is also quite good, but I don't think it's worth the price. Now onto a foundation that I think is worth the price. I have really been enjoying the Bobbi Brown Skin Longwear Weightless Foundation with SPF 15. You guys know the Beauty For Real MVP is my go-to foundation. I mean, it's a tinted moisturizer, but it is my go-to because it is natural, it is lightweight, it has SPF, it has a primer built in, it is a little glowy, but it's long wearing, and it is beautiful. But every now and then I do want to wear a full-on foundation, and I have been reaching for this one ever since I reviewed it. I just like how natural it feels. Now, I'm wearing the Fenty Beauty one right now, and if I was to pick between the two of these, I actually think I prefer the Bobbi Brown. I do find that I'm getting a little bit of extra texture in this area, and a lot of people are going to say, well, that's from the highlighter, but even when I wear a highlight with this foundation, I don't get that same effect, whereas the Fenty does bring out a little bit more of my texture. It's not bad. I would leave the house with this. I don't think this looks bad at all, but I don't think it's perfect. And if I have two things in front of me, why would I not pick the one that I think works a little bit better? That being said, on a longevity standpoint, I find that this keeps me matte longer, so less blotting, less touching up. So it's kind of a take it or leave it. If you guys remember, and you've been on my channel for a while, there was a moment where I was mixing the Fenty foundation with the Dior Forever foundation that was discontinued. That mixed combo was both long wearing and perfect. So I think I'm gonna have to try mixing these two together, and that's something you guys know for years I did. I lately have not been mixing foundation, and it's really weird because like that was my thing for the longest time. So we're gonna be trying that again and do some foundation mixing. Next from Ciate, this is the Velvet Palette. Also comes from BOXYCHARM. It was such a beautiful, there's my reflection. Nope, now you don't see it. There I am. This formula is so beautiful. This is not the first palette we've gotten from Ciate, but this one I find is a little bit more everyday. I love something with a purple, and I was able to do a pinky purple smoky eye with this. I did, again, do a whole video using this palette, so I'm not going to stay on it too much, but the formula is absolutely stunning. Jumping to Ipsy. This is the Complex Culture Good Lighting Highlighter Duo. It is the shades Lucid and Afterglow. I expected to like but not love these, but they were absolutely beautiful. It gave such this candlelit glow from within. It almost reminded me of the Hourglass highlighters, but much more affordable, and it came in an Ipsy. So definitely worth it because I got this in a bag that was $25 a month. So I know I don't typically do Ipsy spoilers or stuff like that, but I will say that the Complex Culture has only let me down once, and I've tried a lot of their products. I didn't love the lip tint, but the highlighters were beautiful. All of their brushes are amazing, and I'm definitely a fan. And I'm really excited to try more. And there is a spoiler that got released recently that there is a new Complex Culture brush. It is the dome-topped foundation brush that will be coming to, hopefully, me in this month's Ipsy. So let me know what you guys think of Complex Culture down below, because I am definitely a fan. The one thing I will say that I don't love is out of my last Ipsy box, I did get a flop, and it was the Moods by Laura Sanchez palette. Now, the reason this is a flop for me is not the formula. It's not that it didn't work out well for me, because the palette was pretty. But I got about a dozen comments about how this was 2008, this had been in a box 2 years ago, and that they're just purging old inventory. And I kind of felt a certain way about it, and I do understand that it is common practice where if you have extra items and somebody's a newer subscriber, I've only been getting Ipsy for a few months now, so obviously I never got it before. It is not a duplicate. However, I felt like, why am I getting an old product? And for the longest time, I was that person on the other side of it who's like, oh, I've been getting this subscription box for years. I understand, it's just business. But then I got it and I was like, I don't want old stuff. I want new stuff. So that is definitely some entitlement and first world problems for sure. I need to get over that, but everybody who told me that this was an older product, I appreciate you telling me, but it definitely got me like super criticizing the palette. The formula's great. If you do have it, you're not going to be disappointed. If you do get it, I think you'll really like it. But I like new stuff, so something that is an older launch definitely didn't rub me the right way. And lastly, ending on 3 more favorites, it is very rare that I do a first impressions all from a same brand, and I love all 3 products, but I'm going to link a video up here I did trying the new Rare Beauty collection, and these are all in the shade Nearly Neutral, but it is the blush, liquid eyeshadow, and lip gloss. All 3 of them were beautiful. They wore so effortlessly throughout the day. I think they looked stunning, and the fact that it was just such a beautiful formula really just hit the mark. Super easy to apply. I think they're super user-friendly, and even if you are not super experienced with makeup, I think you could still love these products. Now, again, none of this is sponsored. None of these brands are paying me to say any of this. A lot of this was sent to me in PR, but my opinions are my opinions, and I will be honest always. That being said, I am excited to try out more from Rare Beauty because this stuff was great, and I haven't been this excited about new products in a very long time. So thank you guys very much if you made it all the way to the end. As always, let me know down below the products and items you are loving. That's how I pick what I'm going to try out in the next month, and I really do love hearing your recommendations. So sound off down below, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!